My name is AFZAL Mohammed. Today I am going to teach a topic from grade 5 mathematics, dividing and multiplying decimals by powers of 10. The objectives of today's lesson are, there are 5 objectives. Number 1, learn to divide numbers by powers of 10. Number 2, learn to multiply numbers by powers of 10. Number 3, learn to divide decimals by powers of 10. Number 4, learn to multiply decimals by powers of 10. Number 5, learn to use the relationship between place value positions to explain pattern when dividing decimals by powers of 10. So today we are going to learn how to divide the numbers by power of 10. So student, here I have taken a number, suppose 5, I am dividing by 1, so I will get the number 5 itself. If I divide a number, suppose 35 by 1, so I will get the number 35 itself. So here what I am going to say, whenever you divide any number by 1, you will get the same number, boys. You'll get the same number. When I divide 5 by 1, I get 5. When I divide 35 by 1, I get 35. Boys, for Arabic boys, I cannot speak full Arabic, just I will explain using the technical terms. Khamsa, when we taqsim by wahid, we'll get khamsa itself. Khamsa wa talatin, when we taqsim by wahid, we'll get khamsa wa talatin. So if any number divided by 1, we'll get the same number. Now boys, I want to say you one more thing. Now suppose I am going to divide now. Now I will divide another number. I will take another number. I will take 5. I will divide by 10. I will divide by 10. Now I will see what happens. When we divide number by 10, what happens? The decimal, it shift. The decimal shift one place from right to left. So this will become 0.5. 5, it can be written as 5.0, boys. So when I divide by 10, the decimal number, it shift one place from 0. So now it will become 0.5. So Arabic students, see here, when I divide khamsa by ashra, the decimal shift wahid place from yamin to yasar, it becomes 0.5. Now suppose boys, if I take 35 now, 35 I divide by 10. 35 I divide by 10. Now boys, you see here what happens when I divide 35 by 10. When I divide 35 by 10, the decimal moves one place and you will get 3.5. So whenever you divide any number by 10, the decimal moves one place from right to left. If I divide, suppose 35 by 100, what is 100? 100 is nothing but power of 10. If I make a rough column here, 100 can be written as 10 times 10. If I multiply 10 times 10, I will get 100. That is nothing but is equal to 10 square. So when I divide 35 by 10, what happens? The decimal moves two places from right to left. So I will get 0.35 or 35 hundredths. The first place after decimal is known as the 10th place. You know it already. The second place is known as 100th place. So boys, see here, Arabic boys, if I divide khamsa wa talatin by ashra, the decimal move wahid place from yamin to yasar, so I get 3.5. Here you can see 3.5. I move wahid place if I divide by ashra. If I taqsim 35 by mia, the decimal shift is 9 places. So I will get the answer 0.35. It moves वाहिद इतने. So 0.35, 35 hundredths. 3 and 5 tenths. In first time 3 and 5 tenths. And second time 35 hundredths. So boys, if I divide, suppose if I divide 35 by 1000, what will happen? 1000 is nothing but 1000 is nothing but 10 power of 3. If I multiply 10 times 10 times 10, I get 1000. So ashra darab ashra is equal to alf. If I taqseem khamsa wa talateen by alf, what happens? So the decimal move 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Decimal comes here. So I will write 0 point. Here I will take boys 0. 0, I will write 0.035. I will erase this because there will be confusion. So if I divide by 35 by 1000, what happens? The decimal move 1, 2, 3 places. So here I will get, before decimal I will write 0 point. In this place I will take 0, then 3, then 5. So it will be 0.035. So now see here boys, what I will do. When I divide 5 by 10, I get 0.5, and when I divide 5 by 100, I have shown you the decimal move 2 places, 1, 2, so I get 0.05, and when I divide 5 by 1000, the decimal move 3 places, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I will get 0 point, here I will get 2 zeros, 005. This is 5 thousandths. So whenever we divide a number by 10, okay, we get showier numbers, small, the number becomes smaller. If I divide by 5 by 100, that means I am making 100 parts. Okay, I am dividing 5 into 100 parts, so the number becomes smaller, 0.05. If I divide 5 into 1000 parts, the number still became smaller. So whenever we taqseem a number by ashra, the number becomes small, saghir. If we taqseem by miya, khamsa, we taqseem into miya parts. So it becomes sifa point, sifa khamsa. It becomes shoya. The decimal move itnain places from yamin to yasar. If I taqseem khamsa by alf, the decimal move talata places from yamin to yasar. So it becomes 0.005. Now boys, we'll see the concept. Now, but what happens when we multiply the numbers by power of 10? What happens? If I multiply 5 by 10, what will happen? Boys, 5, number 5, this can be written as 5.0. If I multiply this 5 by 10, the decimal move 1 place from left to right. It became 50. 5 multiplied with 10 is 50. If I multiply 5 by 100, okay, the decimal moves 2 places, 1, 2. I will get 500. If I multiply 5 by 1000, the decimal move 3 places, 1, 2, 3. So I'll get 5, 0, then here 0, 0. So I get 5000. So what I want to say you, if I draw like this, I can write here, I can put 2 arrows. Whenever you divide any number by 10 or powers of 10 or powers of 10, the decimal shift from right to left. Suppose this is right and this is left side. The decimal move from right to left. You can see here. When I divide 5 by 10, it becomes 0.5. If I divide by 100, it moves two places, 1, 2. If I divide 5 by 1000, it moves three places, 1, 2, 3. And whenever I multiply any number by 10 or powers of 10, if I multiply a number by 10 or powers of 10, what happens? The decimal move from left to right. You can see here 5 multiplied with 10, it becomes 50. The decimal move from left to right. When I multiply by 100, the decimal move two places, we get 500. When we multiply by 1000, we get 5000. So this is how it changes when we divide a number by power of 10 or when we multiply a numbers by power of 10. This thing happens. So today I am going to deal with this objective also, that is dividing decimal by power of 10. So here I mean the power of 10, here I am taking greater than 1, boys. There will be two types, power of 10 greater than 1 and less than 1. So first we are going to deal with power of 10 greater than 1. Example, if I take a number, suppose 52.6, and if I divide this number by 1, so I will get the number 52.6. Whenever you divide any number, decimal number or any number by 1, you will get the number itself. If you divide any number by Wahid, you will get the number itself. Yasari number you will get. Suppose now we divide 52.6 by 10. When I divide by 10, the decimal moved one place from right to left and it become 5.26. When I divide 52.6 by 10 means I am dividing 52.6 into 10 parts. The number becomes smaller. Boys, 52.6 if I divide by ashra, that means I am dividing 52.6 into ashra part. So the number becomes shoya. Now it became 5.26, 5.26. And the decimal move one place from yameen to yasar. If I divide 52.6 by 100, what happens? When I divide this by 100, decimal move two places from right to left. So I move two decimal places. I move the decimal from two places from right to left. 1, 2. Decimal will be here. So it will be 0. Boys, it will be 0.526. So 52.6 if I divide by Mia, that means I am dividing I taqsim 52.6 into Mia parts. So the number becomes shoya 0.526. Okay, that is 526,000. The first place after decimal, this is known as 10th place, boys. You know already. The second position after decimal, it is known as 100th place. And the third place is known as 1000th place. Now boys, now I will show you, I will draw a line here. Now, if I multiply 52.6 by 1, what I will get? I will get the number itself, 52.6. Whenever you darab any number by Wahid, you will get the same number. Now, 52.6 if I multiply with 10. Okay, when I divide by 10, it moves from right to left, yameen to yasar. If I darab, it moves from yasar to yameen, boys. Okay, here the case is different. When I multiply, the decimal point move from left to right. So it become 526, 526. Okay, the number became Kabir if we darab by Ashra. If we taqsim by Ashra, taqsim we are dividing, it becomes Shoya. When we divide in number by 10, it becomes small. When we multiply, it became big. Number become bigger. So 52.6, if I multiply by 10, the decimal move two places, it become 5, 2, 6, 0. So now it become خمسة ألف ميتين وستين 5260. So we come to know one thing: when we divide a decimal number by 10, it becomes smaller. When we multiply by 10, it becomes bigger. So we come to know that if we taqsim any number by ashra or power of ashra, the number becomes shoya. If we darab by ashra or power of ashra, the number become kabir. Here I will show you dividing decimal by power of 10. So here the power of 10 is less than 1. What I mean, you will get you will understand within a minute. Here I am taking a number, suppose 42.7. I am dividing this number by 0.1. When you see 0.1, it can be written in the form of power of 10. How? 10 to the power of minus 1. That is nothing but 1 over 10, or you can say 1 divided by 10. 1 divided by 10. 10 comes in the denominator, the negative power becomes positive. When we divide 1 by 10, we get 0.1. But see here, 0.10 Sifa point Wahid is nothing but it can be written in the form of power of 10 as 10 power of minus 1. So 10 power of minus 1 is nothing but was 1 over 10. The negative power, it becomes positive when 10 comes in the denominator. When we divide by 10, we get 0.1. So here the power of 10 is less than 1. So when we are dealing with such power, how we can solve these types of problem? I will explain you. Now see here. What you have to do, I want to make this 0.1 as 1. I want to make Sifa point Wahid as Wahid. So what I should do? I should darab by Ashra. When I darab by Ashra, the decimal moves Wahid place from Yasar to Yamin. When I multiply by 10, 0.1, okay, the decimal move one place from left to right. And this 0.1 will change to 1. I will get 1. Now, there is rule in mathematics: if you multiply denominator with 10, numerator also you should multiply by 10. There is a rule in Riyaziyat that if you darab tahat by ashra, you should darab fukh also by ashra. So when you darab by ashra, okay, the decimal again it moves one place from left to right. When you multiply 42.7 by 10, the decimal move one place from left to right. Now it become 427. So 427, when we divide by 1, the answer will be 427. Now I will give another example. 442.7 इतने बार 10.7 तक़सीम by सिफा वाहिद. 42.7 divided by 0.01. Usually the boys get afraid when they see such type of problems. So don't worry boys. Here I want to make 0.01 equals to 1. How I can do that? The decimal should move how many places? You should look decimals move how many places. See here, the decimal have to move 1 to 2 places from left to right. The Sifa Wahid, I can make Wahid if I darab this by Mia. If I multiply this 0.01 by 100, the decimal move 2 places, and the 0.01 it changes to 1. Now When we multiply denominator with 100, we should multiply numerator also with 100. When tahat we darab by miya, fuk also we should darab by miya. When we multiply by 100, 42.7, it moved 2 places, boys, again from left to right. Now what happens? I will show you. 1, 2. So it became 427. I will put 10. So it became 4270. Arba alf methane was about 4270 divided by 1 is 4270. So when I darab itnain wa arba'in point saba by miya, the decimal move 9 places from yasar to yamin, I get arba alf methane wa sab'in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe my channel for the next video or the upcoming videos. I am going to make videos on very important topics in mathematics which will help you in your further studies and develop mathematical skill in you and help you to appear in flying colors in the world. You achieve a lot of things by watching these videos, and the problem we students face generally in doing mathematics, in solving a mathematical problem, in doing analysis, all this logical reasoning, everything will be solved inshallah. So I hope all of you will join my channel, and once again, and thank you for watching my video. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.